In the ghost town shadow under the devil's moon, forgotten graves hum with an old dark tune. Whiskey bottles lay by the burned out church where a lone soul wanders, left in the lurch. Dust and memory swirl around the dying flames, echoes of laughter now just whispered names. Blood on the burning barn, paint the timber red, silent screams in the wind. The past ain't never dead, vengeance rides a pale horse through the silent night, whispers of the wrong ones, setting the old wrongs right. A love once bloomed wild like the desert rose, turned to thorns under secrets nobody knows. A brother's betrayal deep as the mine shaft, a heart turned to stone with every whispered draft, till the fire caught swift in the cold desert air, leaving nothing but ash and despair everywhere. Blood on the burning barn, paint the timber red, silent screams in the wind. The past ain't never dead, vengeance rides a pale horse through the cursed night, echoes of the betrayed burning ever so bright. Face to face with the ghost by the old rail line, train whistle cuts through like fate's twisted sign. You took all I had, his voice to the stars, the truth laid bare like the night's old scars. Blood on the burning barn under the cold moon's glow, ghost town's heart beating slow in the fire's warm throat. Reckoning comes as sure as the desert's harsh sand, walking through ashes alone, where the old barn once stood grand. In the silence of the desert, where the dead men tell no tales, the sky bleeds red at sunset on those rusty, forgotten rails. Whiskey bottles lay empty in the shadow of the cross, where the devil's outlaw heart beats and all love is lost. Oh, the winds they speak in whispers beneath the crescent moon so stark, of a man with a shadow for a soul and a devil's outlaw heart. He rides through cursed lands where the desperate come to part, with a ghost of redemption and the devil's outlaw heart. There's a church out past the crossroads where the congregation fled, its steeple charred and pointed, accusing the wicked dead, who once loved a maiden fair, betrayed by a venomous dart, left her weeping in the graveyard, stole away with her heart. Oh, the winds they moan in sorrow beneath the ghostly desert lark, for the love that was murdered by the devil's outlaw heart. He rides past burning churches, through dust storms harsh and smart, with a trail of broken promises and a devil's outlaw faced it, the specter of his sin, a mirage of the maiden, whispering, "Come, let me in." His gun hand shook, his eyes were torn at the crossroads standing apart. His revenge was but a whispered dream in the devil's outlaw heart. Now the desert holds a secret, like a whispered deadly art. Lost in sands of silence lies a devil's outlaw heart. He rides no more in darkness, no more the curse to start. Just a tale of twilight of a devil's outlaw heart. The echoes of train whistles sing a lonesome haunting chart to the silent rhythm beating in the devil's outlaw heart. Out where the whistle cuts the silence of the ghost town sleep, I walk with shadows, my boots, stirring secrets that the dust keeps. Whiskey breath of leather, echoes of cries beneath the moon. Each step a story, a lover's dance turned to a traitor's tune. Blood on the dusty boots, red as the desert sun fading. Lost souls wandering in cursed lands, forever waiting. A kiss, a betrayal, scar left burning deep. Blood on the dusty boots, secrets the shadows keep. Burning bright in a church long since forsaken. Her love was a promise till I found the vows were taken under the veil of night. Her whispers traded for a silver light. Ghost of her touch haunts me as lonesome train whistles cry. Blood on the dusty boots, painting paths I've roamed through silent deserts and forgotten graves I've combed. A heart sworn to vengeance beneath stars that we. Blood on the dusty boots, the price the night does read. In the eye of the dust storm, I faced the heart that deceived. Her shadow in the doorway with the truth up her sleeve. Bullets through the silence like thunder breaking through. What's done in the darkness comes to light in the morning hue. Blood on the dusty boots, now mingled with the earth so cold. A tale of love and vengeance in the winds forever told. Through the valley of the damned to the end I'll ride. Blood on the dusty boots, my spirit won't abide. Each riff of the guitar cries the sorrows of a past that's etched into the land, where every grain of sand knows the weight of a broken man.
out in the howling silent sands, with whiskey in my shaking hands. The ghost towns wail their lonesome sins as I ride through the desert wind. Dust storms swirl where churches burn, where love was lost and never returned. The train whistles more like an old best friend. Echoes follow through the desert wind. Oh, the desert wind, it knows my name. Whispers secrets, old tales of shame. Every gust a reminder of what could have been. I ride along with the desert wind. Under the black velvet sky stars dim, recall the night betrayal did begin. She vanished like smoke on a cursed land's whim, her laughter lost to the desert wind. Found her locket near a forgotten grave, promises whispered too faint to say. A silver bullet, a heart to mend. Revenge calls cold in the desert wind. Oh, the desert wind, bitter and wild, carries the cries of the devil's child. It sings a vengeance for my lost kin. My fate's sealed with the desert wind. In the hush of night, my shadow stands tall against the backdrop where their old wrongs call. The past and present now thinly skinned. My reckoning rides on the desert wind. So here I stand where the church once screamed, accepting this life as fate had deemed. The desert knows my sins pinned, forever bound to the desert wind. Keep riding through till the end begins, just a ghost in the roar of the desert wind. Out where the horizon bleeds into the night, lonely howls twist with the cold moonlight. Does devils dance where the old church burned? Whiskey whispers from a bottle unturned. Ghost town shadows, they beckon and bend. Life and death mingle on the desert wind. Blood on the desert wind stains the soul it does, haunted by screams and the things that were. Justice is just a ghost fading in the dusk. Revenge a lover's whisper, a curse that must be heard. There was love once beneath the old willow tree, turned to betrayal over gold, lost to greed, a brother's promise, now a forgotten grave. Mourned by the whistles of a passing train, her locket's at the bottom of the old well. Every clink of the chain, another story it tells. But on the desert wind, a tale that spun in the silent desert where all things end. Forgiveness is a word too heavy for the tongue on cursed lands. There's only revenge out where the horizon bleeds into the night. Blood on the desert wind, fading out of sight. Riding through the dusty boot above a ghost town decay. Riding through the dusty boots where my heart once lay. Faded tracks, whiskey on my breath, spirit sway. Desert moon cast shadows on the graves that betray. Oh, I ride through the cursed land, seeking my dues, past burning churches, the echoes of old bitter feuds. My guns, my promise, my horse, my relentless guide. Through the silent desert in the dust we confide. Once loved a maiden hair like the night eyes of rebels fire. Left me for gold, for a thief stoked my rage higher. A train whistle moans through the cold like a choir. In a burning heart, revenge outburns any pyre. Oh, I ride seeking shadows of a love that's lost through dust storms where my dreams were double-crossed. My guns, my solace, my horse, my steadfast pride. Among forgotten graves are secrets we confide. In a dead town's church I found them love unkind. Gunshot hymns ring redemption in each round I sign. A specter of a kissed betrayal's cruel reminder left them lying part of the dust now behind her. So I ride through the dusty boots alone, ghosts past ruins of my sins to haunted coasts. My guns now silent, my heart's the heavy guide. Through cursed lands in the dust I now abide. In the shadow of an old ghost town where the wind whispers sins, the desert sun paints the cracks in a land forgotten by kin. Rusted signs sway, tales of a cursed gold that never gave. Dark secrets lie with the whiskey bottles beneath the silent grave. Oh, the moans neath the earth, they call out in the night. Lost loves and old betrayals hide from the pale moonlight. No peace for the haunted, no rest for the brave. All stories end beneath the silent grave. A train whistle blows, cutting through the silence like a scream. Brings me back to her eyes, shining under starlight's gleam. A preacher man once said our sins are ours alone to save. Now he lies with the ashes of a church that he couldn't save. Oh, the cries in the wind, they echo through the fight. Goes to the past, dancing with the dust storms in the night. Each step is a memory, each memory a wave, crashing down beneath the silent grave. Shadowed by the burnout chapel frame, I faced the man who bore my name and the curse we both claim. With pistol drawn and heartbeat loud, we settled debts unpaid. One man's truth, another's lie beneath the judgment laid. And dreams best left unbraved. Forgive me, love, for the path I chose and the soul I couldn't save. I'll meet my peace come the end beneath the silent grave. Under the moon's pale watch, old chapel I still. Shadows dance on cracked walls with a ghostly thrill. Dust devils spin where the vows were once heard. Whiskey breath and whispered, sins undisturbed. A train whistle moans through the cursed silent town. Echoes of old lovers' cries settling down. Hear the whispers in the chapel so slow, swirling secrets in the dark when no one goes. Burning memories in the pews, they softly speak of a turn to vengeance and a heart that leaks. There's a tale they tell of a bride left in white, her groom found with another by the dim lantern light. In her hand a bottle, in her eyes a storm raged, a vow broken on this altar, her wrath uncaged. By dawn the chapel smoldered, her love entwined in the ashes of the past, forever confined. Listen to the whispers in the chapel wall. darkness, there she stands, gown stained with time, a specter of the love lost in her silent prime. The wind howls through the doorway, a mournful tune, as she sways alone beneath the ghostly moon. Feel the whispers in the chapel, waltz so deep, where the forgotten graves of lost lovers sleep. She dances on through the night to a vengeful beat. In her heart, no forgiveness, just the desert's heat. So beware the love that whispers falls under the steeple high, for it dances in the shadows where the old secrets lie. Down in the valley where the shadow people dwelled, under the eye of a moon pale as a bone, whispers float on a dust-ridden spell. In this ghost town I wander alone, a rusted locket clenched in my fist, bearing the face of a love long missed. Oh, the weeping sky and the crying wind tells a tale of a heart broken then tossed. In this cursed land where my sorrows have sinned, I keep searching for the soul that I lost. The locket's a keeper of the promise we made, not just a cold token of the love that gave. Found her whispering a bottle of whiskey, lying on the very night the church in the valley burned bright. Heard a train whistle like her spirit was sighing, as the flames reflected in her eyes haunting light. They said love like ours was never meant to last. Now all that's left is shadows we cast. Oh, the weeping sky and the crying wind tells a tale of a heart shattered then cursed. In silent deserts where old ghosts have grinned, our own aimlessly with my unquenchable thirst. The locket's rust is like the blood we once bled in that burning church where our vows were said. By the forgotten graves I heard her plea, echoes of betrayal the locket's truth revealed. A pact made in desperation, never set free, a heart's revenge on the battlefield. But the night grows cold and my vengeance fades. In the eyes of the locket my fury parades. Under the weeping sky and by the crying wind, I face the fate of a love not just lost but stolen. A whisper in the dust, a memory thinned. In the rusted locket, our cursed token. Resigned to wander neath moon's palest ghost, with her face in my locket, forever my host. The shade of a deadwood tree, where the whistling wind moans, I lay my whiskey bottle down beside a trail of bones. The ghost town sleeps in silence under skies of iron gray. Echoes of the train's lament carry my mind away. Burn shadows on the twilight's arch, a curse upon the sands. I walk these dusty roads alone, justice in my hands. Church bells ring their last goodbye in flames that reach the sky. In the ashes of the revenge, even the brave can cry. She was the dawn to my dusk, heart stolen with a smile, betrayed by a brother's lie, led astray by guile. From the dusty bottle's bottom, my spirit's pain was found in the forgotten graves out back. My hopes were buried ground. Burn shadows on the twilight's arch, a curse upon the sands. I stalk these silent deserts now, a gun cold in my hands. The church cross stands charred and black, a stark against the red sky. In the ashes of the revenge, even the strong can die. Underneath a blood-red moon, I face the man who wronged. Words as dry as desert's breath, where our old love belonged. His eyes a mirror of my pain, twisted by the winds of fate. A brother's bond now just as dead, sealed by darkened hate. In the ashes of the revenge, the past lays bare and scorched. Forgiveness is a distant shore, forever now divorced. The dust storms claim what's left of heart as I accept the bane. In the land of cursed memories, only the ghosts remain.
In the quiet town of calamity's wake, under the shadow of a blood-red moon, stood the gunslinger, his life at stake, in the dust where the sinners met their doom. Whiskey bottle lay empty by a crooked cross, haunted whispers round the church now lost. Gunslinger, ride through the smoke and the sorrows, chasing the ghost of your love stolen and betrayed. Under the stars where there's no tomorrow, seeking vengeance where a debt of blood's unpaid. Once loved a girl with wildfire eyes, in a town too parched for righteous men. Her laughter mingled with the train's distant cries, till the night when darkness claimed her kin. gunslinger with nothing left to lose. Gunslinger, ride through the smoke and the sorrows, echoes of her voice, a guide in the cursed night. Under the stars, cursed by ghostly arrows, hunting shadows that rob the morning light. At the fork where the dead river split, he met the traitor, face to ghostly face. Words unspoken, cold steel spit. A thunder crack split the silent, forsaken place. Two shots fired in the desert's heart. One man standing, one torn apart. Gunslinger, walk through the smoke, now fading. The path of revenge leaves but ashes and pain. Under the stars, his weary heart parading in a land that forgets, but the ghosts remain. So in the town they whisper low of a man and the love he never let go, by forgotten graves where wild winds blow. Rests a gunslinger and the fires that grow.
Out in the silence of a ghost town's clutch, the wind whispers secrets covered in dust. The whiskey bottles clanking in my worn out sack, echoes of betrayal, ain't no turning back. Sunset bleeding red on a cursed land. Here I tread a shadow, gun in hand. Revenge and smoke beneath the desert's cloak. My heart bleeds a tale too bitter spoke. Lost love's fire in the cold night stokes, under starlit skies and the devil's jokes. Remember her laughter under the old church light, before it burned to ashes that cursed night. A train whistle moaning through the empty plains, like a ghostly reminder of our sweet love's remains. He took her from me, left nothing but her grave. Now I'm chasing shadows of the man I crave. Revenge and smoke beneath the desert's cloak. Vengeance is path, my burden to evoke. Through forgotten graves and tales misspoke, every step I take, my resolve rewokes. In the silence of the desert, their faces appear, haunting my dreams, stoking my fears. a showdown looming in the dusk's embrace. His eyes meet mine, time slows its pace. Revenge and smoke, this life's cruel joke. Gunfire echoes as all ties are broke. Dust settles down on the path I chose, in a land of ghosts, a lone figure rose, with each chord strung and every note played low. Revenge and smoke in the desert's endless. Whoa.
Out where the horizon bleeds in the night, dust devils dance with the devil's delight. Whiskey bottle empty, laid by my side. Echoes of train whistles, ghosts that won't hide. Buried in the black sun, under cursed sky, graves without markers where the lost souls lie. Heart full of vengeance, eyes burning red, living among shadows, dead man's dread. Used to be laughter in this old ghost town, now just the silence of dreams burned down. Love turned to ashes, church set ablaze. Ain't nothing left but these end of days. Buried in the black sun, fate's cruel hand, walking through ruins of this forsaken land. Once sought redemption, now seeking blood in the whispers of sandstorms and the flood. Met her gaze across the fire's glow. Betrayal seared deeper than she'll ever know. My heart was the price the desert had thrown. Revenge stirs in the bones I call my own. Buried in the black sun with spirits of the old, my story's written in the stars, bitter and cold. Till vengeance finds its way under the moon's run, I'll be haunting these lands, buried in the black sun. This song captures the spectral ambience of a man tormented by past betrayals and fueled by a relentless quest for revenge, set against the backdrop of a desolate, cursed western landscape.
In the shadow of the valley, where the dead man lies still, the sun bleeds crimson over Boot Hill. Whiskey bottles and secrets buried deep, ghost town echoes, the forsaken weep. A lone whistle splits the silence, a
Train bound for nowhere, past the hanging tree, swaying in the air. Underneath the hanging tree, that's where he'll find his fate. Ghosts of the past, whispering of hate. Twisted rope and a crooked decree. Lost souls linger where no one's free. In the dusty winds of sins they'll retreat by the old hanging tree, where the condemned never leave. He wore a badge once, sworn to protect, but her heart turned dark from love's neglect. Burning church on a hill, prayers gone with the smoke. Promises shattered, and on his vow he did choke. A lover's betrayal under a blood moon's glare. Her whisper in the dark, a cold and desolate affair. Underneath the hanging tree, justice finds its own, a reckoning from seeds of sin that was sown. Merciless sky and a storm's mournful plea, echoes of the cursed and a soul never free. In the howling night, the truth he will perceive. At the base of the hanging tree, only death can relieve. On forsaken ground he stands, gun heavy in hand, faced by the shadows of this cursed land. Their eyes bore through him, each a mirror of his own ghost. In the silence he's the host to the damned's toast. A reckoning's breath upon his neck, revenge a bitter seed. It's here at the hanging tree, his fate is decreed. Underneath the hanging tree, a twisted silhouette swings, a tale of a man who gambled with kings. In the silent desert, the story is told of a life taken early and a heart grown cold. By the old hanging tree, he embraced his final breath, swallowed by shadows in the dance of death.
In the heart of a dust-choked ghost town's embrace, where the whispers tell tales of a cursed man's fate. Moonlight casts shadows on a church burnt and bare, silent as the secrets that the dead choose to share. Old whiskey bottles lay like bones in the sand, each one a marker of a life lost to the damned. Dance with the devil in the pale moonlight, spin with your demons till the morning turns night. Lost in the waltz of revenge and despair, heaven don't find those who linger there. Under a sky that bleeds red with regret, a lone train whistle moan sings the debts yet unmet. Love's sweet memory, now a ghost on the breeze, wanders through forgotten graves neath the ring trees. I struck a deal on a heartbreak ridge's rim, traded my soul for a chance to avenge him. Dance with the devil in the cold desert air, spin with your shadows, all your burdens to bear. Lost in the waltz under silent stars glare, only the lost know the weight of despair. forsaken light.
Out of a window's vow.
In a town too grim for dawn's early light, where the whiskey whispers secrets and the stars fear to tread, she stands by the doorway, a shadow in white, with vows made of venom and roses once red. Dust devils dance where the chapel once stood, and the train's lonesome whistle moans her grief to the cold. In the silvery gleam of that cursed silent wood lies the story of love, bought, betrayed, and resolved. A widow's heart, keep your ghostly vow, sworn over graves where the lost lovers lay. By the burnt church's bell, she's calling him now to the town that the maps and the good folks betray. Underneath that dead oak where they swore to be true lies a ring and a bullet, a story untold. He promised her stars but gave the night's cruel hue. Her bed now a ledger of debts cold as gold. Her groom found in darkness, his whispers like rust. In a barroom's cruel laughter, her fate turned to dust. Through a curtain of tears she watched love turn to lust. Now the prairie winds howl for the justice she trusts. Oh, widow's heart, curse your bitter vow, bound by the shadows where old lovers stray. By the burnt church's silence, she's haunting him now, in a ghost town where hope and the damned souls wait. Moon, she finds her old flame with a gun and a Bible. Her tears turn to wrath. In the silence between them, she whispers his name, a vow made in darkness, a straight vengeful path. A shot in the desert, a fall in the dust, an echo that carries through bones and through rust. The widow's lone vow takes its toll as it must. Love's ledger now settled, she turns from the past. Oh, widow's heart, rest your weary vow. Leave the cursed lands where the cold spirits play. By the burnt church's shadow, peace finds her somehow, in a silent desert where old debts are paid.
In a ghost town drowned by silence under moon's watchful eye, whiskey bottles lay like tombstones where my broken secrets lie. Dust swirls like soft whispers past the church that burned to ground. Each step echoes in the darkness to the waltz's haunting sound. Oh, we danced the lost love waltz by the light of a fire long dead, in the heart of cursed lands where even angels fear to tread. Your shadow lingers still, though your soul's with the wind dispersed. We're just ghosts in love's cruel story in a waltz that's been rehearsed. The train whistle still remembers our laughter young and wild, before revenge like a bitter storm took our dreams my faith defiled. Now I roam through silent deserts, seeking what was torn from grasp, a locket tarnished yet gleaming within my weathered clasp. Yes, we danced the lost love waltz under stars that now seem cursed, reeling through the forgotten graves where old passions are immersed. Yet in every step a knife turns inside a heart that can't forget this dance, our love's eternal bed, a silhouette of deep regret. On that night with silver bullets under shadows of deceit, you traded our love for survival in a tale bittersweet. Now facing this barren altar where our vows once sweetly lay, I waltz alone with a ghost embrace as the night fades into day. Dance the lost love waltz where the soil keeps secrets deep, each turn a reminder of the price the soul's heavy toll to keep. In the whispers of the wind I found my peace, my final plea. Let this dance be my release from a love not meant to be. So I'll waltz this path unto the end beneath the endless starry arch, in the vast silent desert sands where lost loves march. Each step a story, each note a scar under the eternal watchful skies, in the lost love waltz until my weary heart lies.
Hollow under a blood-red sky, the wind crossed through the chapel where forgotten secrets lie. Dust devils spin the tales of a love that met its pyre, silent as the whiskey that fuels the church fire. Hear the whispers in the church fire, crackling with the sins of lovers crossed by fate's cruel hand, where madness begins. Burning embers tell of hearts entwined in black and white, the echoes of the damned in the flames of the church fire. Lonely is the night when the ghost train wheels its sorrow on in the forsaken, where no hope shines on the morrow. She wore lace that glimmered under the moon's cold eye, betrayed by a silver tongue,
her truth swallowed by fire. Listen to the whispers in the church fire, mournful and grim. Stories of a preacher man whose light grew dreadfully dim. The ash settles like snow on the cursed land's funeral pyre. Silhouettes dance caught in the wrath of the church fire. Inferno, I see her face once more, her beauty a specter on heaven's forsaken shore. With each crackle, her voice calls for retribution dire. In the heart of the blaze, I confront my heart's liar. There's peace in the whispers of the church fire, fading away as the dawn breaks over bones in the cool light of day. What's gone is gone, with the smoke rising higher and higher. I leave behind the shadows and the last of the church fire. This song weaves through the haunting echoes of love lost and the chilling pursuit of revenge, all set against a backdrop of a cursed town consumed by fire and shadow. In the shadow of a mesa, where the silent deserts weep, lies the ghost town of Alara, where the secrets dare to creep. Underneath the crescent moonlight, whiskey bottles lay in rows. Echoes of the lonesome train whistle as the cold night wind blows. Whispers in the lost love calling through the haunted plains. Vows once made and burning churches, now just ashes and chains. Every heartbroken echo, a story of a love that does decay. In the cursed lands of Alara, where the spirits never stray. Stood alone, forgotten grave, just outside the chapel door. Her name was worn, but still engraved in the heart of the man she swore. Betrayed by a kiss so venomous, a serpent smile on her lips, left a scar upon the cowboy and a gun upon his hips. Whispers in the lost love, tales that chill the desert spine. Promises like dust storms vanish, leaving nothing behind. His footsteps follow whispers through the town, they softly sway. In the cursed lands of Alara, where the night swallows the day. The ghost he feared the most, the mirror of his lost love, now just a pale and fleeting ghost. Eyes like fire confronted past sins as the western wind did moan. A showdown with his haunted memories in the valley of the lone. his peace or found his grave in the heart of Alara, beneath the land so stark and brave. Now he rides a shadow fading in the echoes of his pain, in the cursed lands of Alara, where whispers call his name. As the sun sets over Elror, silence settles into the line, only whispers in the lost love, and his tale lost in time.
Riding through the ghost town, boots dragging in the dust, a photograph in my pocket, and a pistol starting to rust. Her name still burns like bourbon in the silence of my throat, and the stars don't shine above me like they did before she spoke. There's whiskey in the dust, blood on the barn door. She left with the preacher, I swore I'd even the score. Now I drink to her shadow and I spit on the flame. She took my soul to heaven and cursed me by name. The saloon's a grave of echoes, just chairs and broken lights. I carved her name on oak wood, for I watched it burn and die. My hands still shake from memories that the devil won't erase. She kissed me like salvation, then vanished without a trace. There's whiskey in the dust and the bottles running low. No prayers left for sinners on this blackened rodeo. I ain't chasing forgiveness, I ain't begging for peace. I just ride for the silence where her memory ceased. Maybe death ain't the end, just a place she went before. And maybe I'll find her voice through that burned church door. But till then I'll keep riding with the wind at my back and this curse in my chest under skies painted black. There's whiskey in the dust and her ghost in my hand. I loved her like fire, now I burn like the land. She said not all men die, some just fade and combust. So I drink for the damned with my whiskey